Welcome back. It's Kovacs Report. We got some good news for 2000 AD fans. Yes, one of 2000 AD's most iconic villains is back. Straight out of the page of Judge Dredd and into his own mega special, Judge Death, our favourite undead enforcer of justice, returns to cause more chaos this October. So we're going to dive into this article and find out what's going to be in this mega special. But before that happens, please hit subscribe if you can. I'd really appreciate it. And give the video a like at the end if you like. So this is from The Beat. And what are they saying? Got that amazing Brian Bolland, co-creator of Death, picture at the top there. I guess that's the cover. So Rebellion have announced their latest full one-shot, the Judge Death Mega Special for October. It's a 48-page anthology and will spotlight Judge Dredd's most popular and recognisable nemesis and his gang of dark judges, okay, as the malevolent character celebrates 45 years since his introduction in the page of 2000 AD. I can't believe it's been that long. So, sporting a cover by Judge Death co-creator Brian Bolland, the Judge Death Mega Special will feature a slate of stories that each highlight a dark judge. Oh, even better. So creators involved include Kek-W and Dave Taylor, and they're doing a Judge Death story. Antony Johnston and Leigh Gallagher are doing a Judge Mortis story. And Alex Campi and Sexton are doing a Judge Fire story. Alec Worley and Leigh Gallagher are doing a Judge Fear story, and there's also a bonus Judge Death story by Lauren Beukes and Tazio Bettin. So that sounds really cool. So we get everybody in one mega special. This is an absolutely going on my pull list, 100%. The mega special will release on British newsstands and the 2000 AD web shop, printed digital, on October the 22nd. It will also be the first special from 2000 AD Rebellion, audible from Lunar Distribution, with expected US store date November 26th. Wow, you got to wait a little bit longer. Sorry, guys. It will retail for $4.99 here in the UK and $8.99 in the US. So, if you don't know about Judge Death, let me tell you about Judge Death. Now, he first appeared in 2000 AD Prologue 149. Prologue is what 2000 AD called issues in 1980. Now, it's created by John Wagner and Brian Bolland. Now, Death is not your typical villain. He's this grotesque skeletal figure, and I've got a picture here for you right now, from a parallel dimension where life itself is considered a crime. Or as Death puts it, the crime is life, the sentence is death. Now, in his world, right, he figures out that the people that are committing crimes are people that are living. So therefore, living in itself must be a crime, right? So if I kill everybody, then I get rid of criminality. They're all gone. And that's what he does. He is the judge, jury, and executioner. He basically purges his world and then looks for another world to continue his sort of strange ideological judgment. Now, he was born as Sidney Diath on a hellish alternate Earth. I think he was the son of a dentist, actually, and he was a sadistic young man, and he joined the equivalent of the judges on his world. And they were much more tyrannical, and they were extremely fascist. They were like the worst possible police force you can imagine. And his descent into madness deepened when he encountered the Sisters of Death, Phobia, and Nausea, who transformed him into an undead entity with supernatural powers, as you can see here. And to be honest, like, even if you introduce this villain right now, by today's standard, it still stands out. It shows how far ahead of the game Brian Bolland was with his character designs. It's just brilliant, absolutely stunning. That shoulder pads, that iconic grin, and that helmet. It just blows me away and leaves me lost for words all the time. Now, with this new form, he could touch you with a kill, basically, phase through your body and crush your heart, and also possess your body. Now, he has friends too, other judges, Fearfire and Mortis, as you heard in the solicit. Now, he's wiped out his entire world, and he's come to Mega City back in 1980. And that's where we introduce also to Judge Anderson, another famous judge and one of my favourites. Now, what sets him apart, okay, are his supernatural abilities, right? So usual foes of Dredd don't have that. And it makes him quite a relentless and unyielding threat. To make it even more worse, he's pretty much unstoppable, right? And when he's eventually killed or trapped, his spirit form can escape and possess another suitable corpse, and the chaos continues. And that's the thing about Death, is that you can never really get rid of him. I'm not going to go into the stories of what's happened before, because if you haven't read Death, I suggest you dive on in. Now, he's the unwavering enforcer of this twisted moral code. And he challenges Judge Dredd's rigid belief in justice, forcing him to confront like the fine line between order and tyranny. And while Dredd upholds the law to protect Mega City 1, Death sees all life as a violation of this apocalyptic ideology. Now, I know both are obsessed with justice. Death takes it to this nihilistic extreme, making him a haunting reflection of what Dredd could be. But listen, we mentioned some dark judges earlier. Let's talk about them. Now, his fellow judges help him carry out their brand of twisted justice. As you expect, each of them bring their own brand of signature terror. Now, Judge Fire, his infernal flames and his pitchfork can burn you. Judge Mortis' death-decaying touch can melt you away. And Judge Fear's face drives victims completely insane. They're Dredd's worst nightmare, and they relentlessly push Dredd to his limits. So it's a really, really interesting concept. It kind of captures you on all sorts of levels. But let's see what else they have said. So according to the Rebellion press release, it says, "Greetings. If you're hoping to send a chill down your spine this Halloween season, look no further than Judge Dredd, or rather Judge Death mega special this October, celebrating 45 years of undead alien superfiend Judge Death and his Dark Judges, an all-new 48-page special." We know that. Let's find out what else this tells us about. It says, the Judge Death mega special celebrates 45 years of absolute bone-chilling terror, all serve the smile, of course, but don't think for a moment that the Dark Judges got it easy. As they cause chaos across the dimension, they'll find stiff opposition from Judge Dredd. Judge Giant is making a return, okay, and of course, that cursed Judge Anderson, who is very, very integral to the whole Judge Death story from literally day one. I mean, she was introduced in issue 150 of 2000 AD, or Prog 150, as we call it over here. So this sounds like a bit of a treat, really. We've got Brian Bolland covers. We've got all these creators doing their own little mini stories of other judges. It's a hit for me already, and haven't even read it. So anyway, those are my thoughts. Are you a Judge Death fan? Do you read Judge Dredd? I mean, over the pond there, do you get 2000 AD regularly, or is it not as prolific as the American comics you're used to seeing on the stands? Do let me know. Those are my thoughts. I'll be reviewing this one. I'm super excited by it, and I think I'm going to go read some Judge Death right now. So take care, guys. Don't forget to like and subscribe.